Okay, like I mentioned in the previous video, we are going to try just Gyro. And the reason is I want to try that because there is the Alpaca controller that don't have like a right joystick. And it also having it, you know, if I can remove the right joystick as movement or turning, more like it, as a turning device, I can have 4 more buttons for weapon swapping or healing or whatever. So yes, I'm gonna be using the Steam controller for this simulation because there is one thing that I think the GameSir T4K is missing when it comes to gyro, and I want more gyro controllers to have this feature going forward. So this is gonna be that when I have my and why I want to try this also is there is a Steam input controller that is going to be released this fall, and you know, it's the first controller that has been like released with proper like Steam input support. And what that means is that, you know, you have full compatibility with oh my god, I'm so used to like using the trackpad here. I'm gonna have to fight a lot of muscle memory. But yeah, what that means with Steam input support is that, you know, you can have good remapping compatibility and, you know, support for the Steam UI with, you know, proper look. Like it's gonna look like this, looks like the Steam controller, you know, it's mimicking. It should do the same with that. It's the Horai something that the company that is making it. It's pretty much a dual stick kind of Xbox KLED looking with gyro, but with the Steam button here in the middle instead of like an Xbox logo or something like that. And it's also going to feature the right stick has capacitive touch, meaning that just like this one, the right and left trackpad, they are capacitive, meaning that the gyro now, you can see I'm moving my controller, there's no gyro here, but when I touch it, now my gyro is enabled, and that is going to be a cool thing with that controller, meaning that you can have gyro always on, and you can have your hand on the right joystick. But as soon as you let go of the right joystick, the gyro will be turned off, and you can reposition your controller. It's going to be just like when you do it with the mouse, right? You lift your mouse, the mouse will not react, and you can reposition it. You can, you know, move it to the right place on your desktop and, you know, get a good position. It's the exact same thing. And people call it, I believe, gyro ratcheting. I have in this one, it's pretty much mimicking in the previous video the GameSir T4K setup. The thing here is I'm not using the ABXY controllers, like a Steam controller version 2, like the trackpad has so much fun to it. That's interesting. I need to do some tweaking here apparently. Not sure what's going on here. Right trackpad. I guess I can do that. Let's try that one. Oh wait. Let's do that. Let's do I forgot. Okay, right pad click. Okay, it is. Let's do this as a single button then. There we go. Single button. We have nothing. Sorry for this. Okay, I see what it is. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna have to do... okay, that's fine. I'm gonna have to rethink a little bit of things here. That's fine. There is some weird thing here that I haven't figured out yet. It could be the Steam controller that isn't fully compatible. But we're not gonna focus on that. I'm just gonna fix my problem, I guess. So we're gonna have... Can I do that? And can I do... we go, and do that. Here we go. And that one, I guess. And I do this. Sorry for this, a little bit of an extra tweaking here. I want to get this going as good as possible before I dive into just using it. I want it to be as close and as good as the previous video was with, you know, the mapping. The button mapping felt amazing in the previous video for that kind of controller. I want to mimic that on this one as much as possible. So I want to try this one. I would love if I could get this one to be 1, and I would love if I can do this. Would love if I could be that to simulate closely to how it was on my previous video. Let's see, there we go. Okay, this, oh perfect, okay. Okay, yeah. Good. Okay, so I have to do it like this. I did it, I guess, wrong. This should be pretty fast. So you can see me remapping. This should be going within pretty fast here. So this is shotgun. I want to add an extra command. And this is going to be the super shotgun. I want this to be that when I long press, that it swaps to the super shotgun and not the regular shotgun. I'm going to make the time it takes to be you know, a long press activation a little bit shorter. And this one should be the minigun. 1, 2, 4, is it 5 and 6? Right. And then I want to add another extra command. I believe this is my rocket launcher. I want to swap with that if I hold down the button, and I'm gonna configure this a little bit lower for me personally. There we go. Now, in my previous video, I have the B button as like a reset gyro. I'm not gonna be like needing anything. I just have the touching my right trackpad is activating gyro, and letting go is resetting it. So I'm gonna be able to add 8 weapon, no, 9 weapon swapping, just, you know, by using my right trackpad. Should be really good. How good it's gonna be, I don't know. So yeah, we're gonna add this one. Let's see, what is it? There we go. 7 should be my plasma rifle. I wanna add another one. And what the hell is that one? I don't know. We're gonna find out, I guess, together here. Yeah, this can look like intimidating or a lot, but you get used to this if you just give it a little bit of a try. Pretty fast. I'm gonna try this. I don't know if this is gonna work. But if this works, that means that I can have 10 weapon swapping things by just my trackpad. And that just makes this trackpad just so like oomph, lots of oomph. We need more. I would love more rollers that just utilize the right trackpad. It's not best for everything. Again, for like dual stick top-down shooters and stuff like that, I love the games served with this physical joysticks, you know, sticks more than I do the trackpad. But for FPS third-person games and a lot of other games, the right trackpad is just so amazingly fun. Let me see if this is working as intended. So here we go. That's weird. That was really weird. Oh, did I map it to the wrong? No, outer ring command executes 2 commands. Delete all the commands. I don't understand what went wrong here. It's not a problem, I can get around this, it's just... I think... just kind of weird. I don't... when I press the middle, it seems to be activating a touch command. Wow, yeah, twice a click. Outer ring command. Yeah, okay, we're gonna skip that. I don't know what's going on here. It could be that I have to redo this remapping from scratch, but for some reason when I hit the center, it just automatically activates the outer ring command, which shouldn't be a thing since I have require click on. It's, you know, unfortunately a bit buggy, and you know, Steam controller might not be 100% supported in all the right ways, and it could be my remapping thing here getting messed up. So we're just gonna skip those. I don't need those at all. We're just gonna game. I don't need the Ion Blaster for this. Right, so let's just play a little bit. Let's see what's happening here. I can feel my mind wants to use the right trackpad here to turn, so that's gonna take some getting used to. And also it's a different sensitivity than I just previously here, just very maybe 10 minutes ago, you know, I was using the GameStars, the T.bone with, you know, different sensitivities and different feeling to it. Trying to find the correct position. They feel, you know, the Steam controller is more of a chunky boy compared to the GameStar T4K. Yeah, I think that this is what I would like, more games controllers, more touch capacitive buttons, like for maybe the back buttons, or at least the triggers, the left and right triggers, to be like capacitive, to be able to enable or disable the gyro in that way. Alright, that's fine. Do I have the... Right, I do really enjoy having the right trackpad as like turning. Just using gyro is definitely a very valid option. I could definitely get used to this with capacitive to enable the gyro, and it do enable a lot of interesting thing for like swapping weapons back and forward. And it do feel pretty damn good here. Overall here, with some tweaking with sensitivity and everything. Maybe adding a bit of acceleration here. So yeah, this is just again. Jeez. Woo. Yeah, this is only using the gyro here for moving and looking around and everything. But I do feel that my like having, you know, played and used the Steam controller for like 7 or 8 years for FPS game with the right trackpad to turn, I'm constantly fighting this. And again, this is the important thing. You can't, just because it doesn't feel 100% natural the first time, you can't deem it as bad. Because you gotta take in consideration all of your muscle memory that you have in one way or another built up. So, you know, as someone, if you spend thousands of hours with mouse and keyboard, trying something like this would obviously mean that you would have to focus in on relearning that muscle memory. So you might not be, you know, as good or even good at all with you know, a gyro control. Doesn't mean that the controllers and gyro controls are bad or anything like that. It just means that you need to relearn a lot of things that you use. I might actually want to bump my sensitivity up a little bit more here. Gyro to mouse sensitivity. Let's try that. Yeah, let's try a bit of a higher than here. And again, you might need to have to tweak and try like gyro acceleration. You might not want to use acceleration, you know, since you have been a mouse and keyboard user, but on gyro it might be something that you really enjoy. Yeah, it feels really nice, for sure. Definitely something I might dig deeper into using gyro only. I'm just a little bit curious to try the acceleration myself here. Gyro, precision. You can have it be relaxed or you can have it be more of a aggressive one. Let's try relax settings here. Let's try it and see how it feels. Ah, that sucks. And again, if I could get figure out why the outer ring command thing doesn't seem to be working correctly, I could have really remapped all my weapons to just oh, that's the wrong one. Oh man, here we go. Let's see, right, oh. So good, that's right. Left button is E and T key. Right button is... Oh, that one should be... There we go. Mill mouse. There we go. That should be it. Right. Yeah, if I would have gotten that right... Let me go and try... Let's try linear acceleration. I could have gotten... Holy shit. Wow. Ooh. Okay, let's play without acceleration maybe for now. It's definitely interesting, but you need to tweak the sensitivity a little bit more. But yeah, I'm probably gonna try this more in games, just gyro only, and see how that's gonna turn out, both with my GameSir T4K and with the Steam controller. Especially for Steam controller, I think that's when I'm gonna be mostly using this kind of build and try that more, because it's amazing having just be able to touch something and then let go. And there are people that are using like the PlayStation 5, the DualSense, I believe, right? And modding it so that you can have like a back, touching the back of the controller will enable, there we go, it's gonna be enabling the gyro and just letting go. And that's why I think it's good to have more option than just having it to be the right. I don't know, again, the Horai company that making like the next, like the Steam input controller compatible, and the first one I believe that's or not the Steam controller itself. Again, I think it is like both the left and right stick that are touch sensitive. I don't know if it is if it's gonna be like if the triggers or anything else is going to be also be touch sensitive. I hope so, but I don't know, because I think having it being like maybe the left stick being touch sensitive, and not left stick, I mean the right trigger, right, could be really good to have that be like having the right trigger be touch sensitive might be what I might prefer. So it's a very natural feeling to be able to just lift that, and you can still move and you can swap weapons and everything really in a great way. Yeah, it's definitely a really interesting thing to try, kind of just gyro ratcheting with this touch sensitive mode here. Whoa! Out of ammo. I'm feeling my right thumb. It's so used to, so it's just constantly trying to change the camera view by swiping. Yeah, I can definitely get used to this. But with the Steam controller, as long as that's working, I might still use... I don't know if I'm gonna still be using the right pad for turning or not. I haven't decided yet. I definitely think I wanna try this a little bit more. To have a gyro only mode. Where am I supposed to go here? Don't really remember. I went this way. Went this way. Is it up here? No. It's gotta be, oh, this way, up here.
The biocore is located in the central bank. However, there's no accessing it until this district's lockdown is lifted. The control console is located in the nearby police precinct. Heavy droid security is expected. Maybe our off-world friend can pull some strings.
Got no strings to pull. You're a troublemaker, so here's a notion. Go make some trouble.
Lockdown. But yeah, again, I really think that if you haven't tried good gyro controls and stuff like that, try to give it a go and try different settings. Like you have the flick stick version, just normal, like right stick emulating a mouse mode. Try it in like a maybe single player game that you like on an easier difficulty to just get used to it a little bit. Maybe try if you have a good way to do like I'm doing like now, gyro ratcheting, either by having a touch compatible controller or just by using a button instead. I could feel my thumb there wanted to swipe. Yeah, muscle memory is a very interesting thing. But that is why it's very easy. Like I could have just said that, oh, gyro only sucks because I have so much muscle memory that built in that my thumb is trying to swipe. And that's not right. And I could say the same thing about flick stick. Like flick stick sucks. Trackpad is the only way to go because I have 7 and 8 years of loving that. But flickstick is awesome if you can handle that quick motion and if you can set that one up or a game that supports this natively. That's gonna be super snappy and really good in combination here with like gyro. So I don't think that is the style for me, but this is a really great way to do it. And the same here with having like touch activation of a gyro is a really great movement option here. It's gonna come down to what you prefer the most. It might be that my preferred method is, the trackpad. The trackpad aiming thing, but it could also be because I have again so much muscle memory. Yeah, I really enjoyed the... Ooh, that's oh, hello. Something down there. But yeah, I really enjoyed... Oop. That's... Oh, hello. I really enjoyed having the right trackpad, so you know, might be that that is just my preferred input method choice for like the gyro thing, having gyro in combination with trackpad. But I do definitely want to give this like no trackpad and no right joystick, more of a go. See how it plays out a little bit. I try it a little bit more. Now let's do this. Ooh, snipe. Where the hell is this taking me? Oh, it's probably taking me to that place. But yeah, I wanted to do a video here because I really enjoy gyro and, you know, hope to get more people to just give it a shot and don't, you know, keep like, oh, controller sucks just because, you know, your experience is maybe an old Xbox 360 gamepad, which are shitty auto-aim bullshit. Gyro is definitely very close when it comes to the mouse feeling. It's not going to be something that like you might need to practice it a little bit or get used to it and go in with an open mind. Oh, those ones. Depending on how much of muscle memory you have built up with like, you know, normal dual stick gamepad or by having to use the mouse and keyboard or a different controller. Oh right, here where you get your micro missiles or arm missiles. And this is Turbo Overkill.
Sir,
if you don't
a
know it, this is a
complication.
fun
Since
game that
tethers
I
have
really
clogged
do
the door to the
enjoy.
bank, you will need to manually destroy the tethers. Sending you the coordinates now.
Can't skip this. Alright. Come on, be done. Choo. Here we go, alright. Leo. There we go. Oh my god, my thumb again just swiped. Swipe left, swipe right. What do you prefer in life? Alright, it's gonna be another fight, I believe. Yeah, I'm a huge, you know, huge fan of Gyro, and I really feel that, you know, more people really should just give it a try. If you love mouse and keyboard, you play very competitive, you feel very happy about it, sure, you know, maybe you don't use Gyro for that. Maybe just try Gyro in like an actual single player game, you know, perfectly fine. And you know, if you are just loving controllers, you know, dual stick, auto aim, just maybe try a Gyro enable controller, turn off auto aim a little bit and see how that feels, turn down the difficulty settings and just play around a little bit. Ooh, is there HP? There is. Thank you. Ah. Oh, oops. Oh, shit. In this area here, I probably would need maybe to tweak the sensitivity or add acceleration or something here. I'm just... my muscle memory, I'm really fighting my muscle memory here. Which is fun. Quite interesting, for sure. I'm constantly, like, doing these quick motions. My mind is trying to, like... yes, I have to swipe right and left here. Alright, there we go. So this is on one difficulty above like the normal difficulty in this game. Serve me pain. And this is not a super easy game, I don't feel like. It's not too crazy, but it's a bit fast paced and stuff like that. So I think it's a good game to showcase. Showcase the gyro aiming and everything, but you might want to go for like an easier game. It might be like Doom 2016 that have enemies that have a bigger hitbox, and you know, you can lower difficulty. It might be more what you want to try. Ooh, that was a glitch. Do not really remember where the hell I'm supposed to go with. I'm just trying to backtrack a little bit. I'm gonna be stopping pretty soon, so you know, you can leave a comment if you want to do that. Follow back to the channel if you just want to see more Let's Try and Let's Play and stuff. But yeah, I just want to really bring attention to Gyro, because it's a little bit like just getting tired of people like, oh, controllers suck, you can't aim and everything. Yeah, just with Gyro, it's just not true anymore. Is it for everyone? No, maybe not. But a good gyro gamepad can definitely match a normal mouse and keyboard. Is it going to be the top of the craziest shit ever? Maybe not. Might not be able to beat the highest speedrunners or professional online COD, Valorant, CSGO players. Maybe not. But for just a good, solid, fun experience for most people, I believe it is really worth it to go and try it out. Especially if you are a very casual player, you know, and maybe you use mostly as normal. Maybe just use normal like 360 or PlayStation controllers without gyro or anything like that. You know, give gyro a try. And auto aim and see if you like the different experience. Right, what the heck? There is thing maybe down below. Because yeah, this is just a very fun experience for me here, just running around, shooting, you know, again, no auto, no nothing. And I'm only using like the gyro again, and I want to see more gyro controllers with like different capacitive like buttons, like the sticks and like the triggers. I think is the most important. Maybe with the back buttons could have that. Because if you only use gyro, I think that it might be less confusing in one way or another than like combining like the gyro aiming movement with there we go, with like a right stick. Take those out, yeah. So combining, who's firing at me? There we go. All right, yeah. But combining it like gyro aiming with like a right stick or a trackpad, might be a little bit confusing in the beginning. So it might be good if you could start off with just having like a gyro aiming and turning situation with like if you have a controller with capacitive to enable it, or if you use a button like turn off the gyro and play in a nice single player game that you'll enjoy on an easier low difficulty. Oh, this is the one I'm supposed to fire. It's probably a good introduction. Here we go. Probably a good introduction to just trying gyro. You're gonna have to fight a lot of muscle memory and stuff like that. But you might find it more interesting and just fun for different games or stuff like that in the end. So
just one more tether to go.
Yeah, highly recommend you trying that, giving it a shot. Don't turn away from gyro without having trying it. If you're a mouse and keyboard user, it might not be necessary to like be negative towards gamepads, because the gyro gamepad, for again, we're talking about normal people that are, you know, beginners or casual players or a little bit maybe slightly more advanced. This is a good level of precision for a controller with no auto aim or anything. You cannot deny that. It might not beat the hardcore speedrunner, the hardcore professional, you know, players with mouse and keyboard, for sure. But that's not what I'm going for. I'm not saying that gyro is the best input method ever for FPS for all situations, no matter what. It's not what I'm at all saying. For the majority, for like the casuals, I feel that gyro controller, a good gyro controller, will match hands up, you know, a normal mouse and keyboard experience, from the range from beginner to, you know, the casual and then more, a little bit more of a advanced user. They will be on the same level of playing field with this input method, and I think that is amazing. And again, if you are really happy with your mouse and keyboard, that's you know, perfectly great and everything, but we don't need to be like, oh my god, all... Oop. Oh, fuck, messed that one up. We don't have to be like, oh, controllers are the worst piece of crap they can never ever be used for any FPS games. It's not true anymore. That era is over. This can hands down be matching, you know, mouse and keyboard experience. Again, there's no auto aim going on here, nothing like that. I'm only using the gyro, no trackpads or nothing. We are just 100% gyroing it up here. I'm hot swapping weapons, I'm having fun. if I'm getting my ass kicked, it's just because I need to get good. It's not because the controller is holding me back. It's not because the game is too brutally punishing. Not because the aiming is not exact. All I need to do is just get a little bit more used to the gyro and everything, and the buttons input, and I'm good to go. It's a great, good experience. And yeah, I really do enjoy this. Really enjoy this gyro only experience and everything here. You know, I see people saying, oh, you know, gyro sucks because you can't do some crazy like rocket jump or like flick stick shot thing, and with practice, shit, no problems. It's no problem.
Congratulations, sir.
You can learn to go
inside the bank.
pretty fast.
If you wanted to splurge on upgrades to, oh, I don't know, say your car, now's the time.
Because again, you can tweak your sensitivity, and if you're playing like a single player game or using the Steam controller UI, you can just tweak to have a 90-degree flick, and then you use the gyro to pinpoint that flick shot, you know, or you can use the acceleration that is supported. And again, acceleration is definitely not in any way. I can see that you might be iffy with flick stick, right? But the acceleration you cannot be iffy with, because that is built into Windows. You can turn on the acceleration on your mouse if you want to do that, and have been able to do that, I believe, since Windows 98 at least. So, you know, for you to be able to enable that for gyro here is just absolutely fine. I see no problem whatsoever with that. Would like a maybe more of a fine tweak here, but yeah, having like being able to have that like a little bit of an acceleration going is just no problem at all. You know, again, if you use acceleration, you can definitely do some quick shot. Again, you need to build muscle memory, and you gotta figure out, a lot of people that are, you know, complaining or be a bit negative, I feel that they have been using mouse and keyboard for 10+ years. For people that, you know, are against like gyro, that are gamepad users, they might have tried the V mode or something like that, and they didn't like that. But that is not the type of gyro we have today. Because, you know, it's very important to realize, you know, this obviously this feels not as good as using my right trackpad. I can't deny that. But I have to recognize again that I have 8 years of using the Steam controller's trackpad, the right trackpad or touchpad for turning. So obviously it's not gonna feel just immediately better or the same or anything like that. It's gonna take some time to get that kind of level. Get that kind of level of feel and precision and everything. It's gonna take time, and I'm gonna have to get used to this. But I can feel that this feels really good, and might actually be better in the long run, because when I combine like right joystick or a right trackpad for turning, it is very easy to overshoot, and you know, having to do, you know, you do more finer adjustments. I feel that I might actually have better trackability overall, because it's always the same movement that I'm, you know, that I'm using, that I'm getting used to, that I'm building muscle memory for. Oh, oops, that was bad. While if I use my left or right joystick or right touch pad for turning around, now I'm combining that with, whoa, that's unfortunate. Now I'm gonna be combining that with, you know, the gyro, and they are probably gonna be different kind of sensitivities and stuff like that. So they are gonna, you build muscle memory, right, between the both. But if you only have gyro, you only have one muscle memory for everything to get used to. So I can feel that might be better in like a long run. Just constantly be going for that thing, like one sensitivity, and that's it. That's what I'm getting used to. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here. We might do this final quiet one fight. It's quite difficult, but this is like new game plus, so I'm overpowered. I might be able to do this fight. Maybe. Yeah, I do really feel it's very interesting to just using gyro only and with like the touch enabled, like just having a button with touch capacity to enable it. And I might also be enjoying this acceleration actually, which is quite fun. Yeah, this is definitely a challenging part. Why? Oops. I wanted to... Ah, damn it. Aha. There is a power-up. I would have liked to get a power-up before that happened. But yeah, let's see. I wanted that power-up up top there. I think we could do maybe this. It might be able to recharge. we go. Yeah, this power up to save that was good. So we are done here. But it's nice just to do these videos and like talk a little bit and showcase, because yeah, I think the gyro is an overlooked feature, and people just seems to in many ways just not like want to give it a shot or anything like that. Almost like they are afraid in a way, you know, for something different, and that like mouse and keyboard has always been the only thing that you can use without enabling auto aim for any type of FPS games, and it's just not, it's not true anymore. Yeah, so just you need to drop that thinking. Gyro is a great thing, and you don't need auto aim for gyro for FPS games, and the gamepad is gonna be great for FPS. Now again, if you want to go to the extremes, you can do that, being like the top speedrunner, you know, or like a top Valorant or CSGO player. So hey, maybe gyro cannot reach that level. I don't know. I think it's very possible that you can, but maybe you cannot get that top level performance right now. But like, I'm talking about, you know, in the general basic idea, the 95% of the people can have the same experience with mouse and keyboard and a good gamepad with gyro controls. In some ways I feel that the gamepad can excel, because you can have analog movement. This is digital, but you can have analog movement which you cannot on a keyboard, combined with, you know, the analog aiming and very fine precision. This is fine precision, right? And you can tweak this to get even more fine precision here. And this is the Steam controller. It has, you know, a 8-year-old gyro scope, and it is still a very good gyro experience. You're going for like the games at T4 LED or Alpaca, you're gonna get an even more finer, better gyro sensor. But yeah, and also you have something that, since FPS games, and they very often just focus on the kind of traditional old school experience, like you have left and right triggers that can be analog, for example. You could then have that, like, let's say this gun, like let's say you press it lightly on the trigger, maybe you just fire this fast. Let's swap to this. There we go. Like, let's say for this one, you just lightly press the trigger down. Maybe this just fires like that, and then you press it full down, it could start firing like that. You can have like an analog firing mode on a gamepad that you cannot get right now on a mouse and keyboard. So if you were to think like that as a developer and everything, you could get a more of an interesting experience that could exceed the mouse and keyboard experience with gamepad in mind. Utilizing that, let's say that you have like this one, right? You just have two modes for zooming. You have on the gamepad, your left trigger is analog, so you could have that, you know, you can zoom different depending on how hard you press on the left trigger. So if we start thinking like that, instead of just being stuck in the old ways, we could get more interesting, you know, ideas for games. And you know, the same thing could be for a game that maybe you come here, right? There are games you come here and you press like left trigger, and it enables like this mode where you can like peek in and out of the cover, right? You could use the left stick to be analog leaning. It doesn't have to be digital if you start thinking and utilizing and feel that, embracing what a gamepad can bring to the table. And it's not going to again make keyboard and mouse obsolete. It's not going to make that not a really great, valuable input method to have, an input method that you might prefer, and that's fine. But we don't have to fight like keyboard and mouse and gamepad. They don't have to fight each other like a war. Because you don't, with gyro you do not need any auto aiming. I don't think you need auto aiming for mouse and keyboard. We can remove that out of the equation, and then we can just focus in on getting the same great experience. It's gonna be a different experience, but it's gonna offer in the end the same, pretty much for the 90 to 95% of the user, the same, that fun experience. And that is why I like to promote and speak about the gyro, and like, just don't be like that stuck in the old ways thinking. It's just never a good idea. It's like the same old meme that, you know, oh, it was better on my time, it was better back in the day. Music nowadays sucks, it's changing, it might not be your preferred style, it doesn't mean like it's pure shit. And that is, you know, the same for the controllers and with the gyro. Show it a proper love, give it a solid try. It might surprise you if you are very open-minded about it. And again, you gotta remember, if you use mouse and keyboard like for me, 30 years, obviously another device is not gonna be immediately at the same level or better. It's very unlikely like that's gonna happen. And you know, you could probably say the same thing. Let's say that you are a user, you don't have any driver license, you don't drive a car or anything like that, but you have like a good solid like an Xbox One or DualSense Edge modern controller. You play simulator games, racing games, right? And you use triggers, analog triggers for gas and brake, and you have your left stick, and you're good at that. You spent like 5,000 plus hours. And if you were to give that user just straight away, you know, you will get a wheel with the gas and brake and the pedals, I'm betting you that user will not immediately be better with that. Even that people would say that is the most advanced, most best way at this point in time to play those type of games. And it's just that is the thing. We have, the more muscle memory you build up, the more you need to rebuild, the more open you will gonna have to be about, you know, how things are going to be turning out for you, like how quickly you're gonna adapt, how quickly everything's just gonna click, and that you need to like spend more time get to that level in many ways. And yeah, and you also need to remember that like I used the wheel in like 98 or 2000 there, somewhere in that realm. It was hooked up to my sound card. It used like this kind of MIDI control, like this kind of gamepad port on the sound card. And you know, you had analog and everything, you know, no like force feedback or something like that. But like I cannot be judging modern wheels with how shitty that wheel was. Like you can't judge modern like gyro controllers by how the Wii and worked with for that time. They are completely different. You can't, you cannot do that. It's not in even the slightest the same. You could say the same about flight sticks, right? Back in the 90s, they are not gonna be the same that flight sticks are today. Like controllers, the, you know, N64 or the PlayStation or the Super Nintendo Game Pass, they are nowhere near the Xbox One or PlayStation's Dual Edge controllers today. Like they are not the same. It's not the same like the latest Switch Pro controllers with their like HD like rumbles. It's like so stupid to be stuck on judging things by the past. Like if we're gonna go that route, we could say that all the built-in like the rumbles in Game Pass sucks ass, because I use the rumble pack for my N64 and that is just terrible. Obviously the modern HD rumble on Switch Pro on the Switch, they all suck ass. Rumble is pure shit. Hell no. You might not want to personally like rumbles, but you cannot say that they are the same as the old one. and you need to give them a proper like go, like, hey, I haven't tried the PlayStation 5 that the adaptive triggers, so I'm not gonna go ahead and say that are, you know, bad in any kind of way, just judging on like some pre-made thought about this or anything like that, because I haven't given it a full solid try. And you know, like, I'm coming from having built up so much muscle memory from triggers without adaptive feedback or adaptive triggers, so you know, if I were to try that, I would have to relearn my memory before I could get a clean slate on it. Long rant here, but give Gyro a proper try and stop with this like a war. Yes, it's just I don't even know what to call it. Just so silly every time someone comes in. The only thing that I'm gonna say is that we need to make aim assist go away or be an option for both mouse and keyboard players and gamepad players. In single player games, obviously it's just not in any kind of way a problem, but when you're talking online multiplayer games, I feel that all controller inputs that are supported should have like the same level of playing field. So if the game have like support for flick stick or whatever, give the keyboard users the same options to bind keys to do quick 90 and 180 degree turns. If the game support gamepads and feel like, hey, we want them to have aim assist, alright? Give that to the mouse and keyboard player as an option also. There are people that need aim assist for mouse for sure, because they have never used that. I think that, you know, it's better to not offer that options at all in online games, and single player games as an option to turn it on or off. And again, for both mouse and for gamepad, if you for some reason need that, you might have some disability, you might be like 100% fresh gamer, so give that just as an option, and don't get stuck on this like input bullshit war. It's just, you know, no, like, if you don't wanna use gyro, that's fine, go ahead, use your right stick and aim. And if you're playing online, be advised that you should not have aim assist. And you know, if you don't like gyro or controllers, you know, stick to your mouse and keyboard and be happy. Just stop with this silliness, like, oh, that sucks, and you know, many times it is like, have you tried it? Like, just recently I talked, well, I think I did like just a quick little bit on this and that. I'm like, but that's a no. So you are saying it's bullshit, you're saying that gamepad aim assist and gamepad with gyros, it's just bad. But you have not tried it, you know, you don't even want to try it. And when I bring up that it can be good, you bring out this extreme case, this speedrunner that have put maybe thousands of hours into learning this, and comparing it to like just a casual player. And it's just, I'm not talking about the top 5% of people here. I'm talking about the rest of the 95% of the people that can love gyro or mouse and keyboard or dual stick games, gamepad or whatever. Those are the ones that I'm aiming at. So yeah, this is really fun. I'm gonna try more games with, in one way or another, maybe flick stick for my game sir, or with pure gyro for my Steam controller, because it was really good. It's something that I can definitely see me being utilized more, because again, right trackpad, especially if you only use gyro and you don't use the right trackpad, you know, for like any kind of like a movement, I could just press down, left, right or up, and I have 4 weapons. I can shortly hold down, left, right or up and have another weapon. So I could hot swap 8 weapons without any weapon wheel and everything, and I could swap weapons faster than I personally can using a mouse and keyboard. Obviously I could remap and try stuff, but yeah, this for me, I feel that I can move more comfortably with the gamepad, I can swap weapons more comfortably with the gamepad, and I get near the same aiming precision that I get with a mouse and keyboard. This feels more ergonomic for me. This is super fun, and that's what gaming should be for me, fun. That's why I highly recommend Gyro, and I will try more. I'm not gonna do videos like this, so stay tuned for more let's plays where if you see me playing FPS games, it's gonna be with 99 certainly percentage, you know, with 99% high probability that it's gonna be used one or another gyro enabled controller. You will not, I don't think you can find only like quick looks and let's tries of demos that are like FPS games that I'm using mouse and keyboard, because I don't want to spend the time configuring buttons for a game that I might not even like. But all the let's plays on my channel here, you have Doom 2016, you have Turbo Overkill, Celaco, Doom Eternal with the DLCs, you have Fear, like Series Sam, is it 4 and 3 maybe on this channel? Duke in 3D, I believe I did E-Duke playthrough or something like that, or Duke in 64. All these FPS games, they are played and having blast using gyro gamepad controllers, and to me that is the definite proof that gamepads are amazing for FPS, especially gamepads with gyro. So try gyro, give it a solid, nice, proper try, and stop just with this silly, like bullshit, the old thinking that gamepads suck, because that's what they did back in the, you know, early 2000s. Modern gamepads with gyros is a completely different things. So thanks for watching, have a great day, and bye for this time.